There's a teacher named Mr. Brown, Jerry Brown, when I was teaching in Monticello, Florida. And he was over ESC, of the special ed students. And they were going to count their test scores for the first time. And everyone in the school was worried about our school grade going down because those students weren't going to try. So in a meeting, they said, Mr. Brown, why don't you offer them pizza party so they'll do their best? Or why don't you tell them we'll take them skating if they'll do their best? Or we'll have a video game day if they'll do their best. He said, nah, I got something that'll work. He went in there and told the students, he said, guys, I'm sorry, but they told me I'm not going to be working here next year. And they were like, what, why? Why are they getting rid of you? Well, they know y'all not going to do your best on the test. So they said, we're going to mess up everything for everybody, so they're going to get rid of me. They're like, no, Mr. Brown, I promise you, we're going to do our best. We're going to try. There were 50 teachers that received a certificate from the state of Florida Department of Education for having the highest gains with the special ed students. Mr. Brown was in the top 10 because of the relationship he had with the students. Students don't care about the Pythagorean theorem, guys. They don't care about the periodic table. They care about you. They don't care that Columbus sailed the ocean blue 1492. They could care less. They care about you. That's what they care about. And so when you build a relationship, then the student wants to learn.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you see the clip. You know, for the special ed people, right? It's about effort. See, and I'm going to take this in other places. See, those kids don't really belong in special ed. They just need some discipline and a whipping. Because if a teacher tells you, I'm going to leave because, hey, we already know y'all not going to try. And since y'all not going to try, they're going to fire me. And they go, I'm going to really take this test. Does that mean that they've been stupid the whole time? Or does that mean they've been lazy the whole time? They've been lazy the whole time. And here's the issue with stuff like that. You got to let people like that be, even if they're young. And the reason I'm saying that is because what happens is this. They're in a situation where, in essence, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything. And you can't make them do anything. And because you can't make them do anything, they're just sitting there wasting their time in school. That's all they're doing. They're wasting their time in school. So you say, oh man, this person's in special ed. It's not because of IQ. It's because of effort. Effort. But the question is, you know, if they like you so much that they're willing to change their ways for this short period of time so you can keep a job, well, dang. You mean to tell me you don't like yourself so much that you can't give yourself that same amount of effort? That becomes the issue. You won't do the work for yourself. And for me, this becomes a problem because people can say, man, I don't know how to motivate these kids. You can't motivate people who don't want anything. You know, you can introduce them to things that they could possibly want, but they don't want anything. And here's the other thing that the schools and the teachers have to deal with that the parents and the kids don't necessarily talk about as much. A lot of the laziness and lack of effort comes from kids believing that what they're going to do in the real world doesn't need school. The school doesn't prepare them for what they really want to do in the real world. So when I get into the real world, you know, once I age out of this little program, I'm going to go into the real world and do what I really want to do because y'all don't teach me how to do that. And 9 times out of 10, they're wrong. They're wrong. Because what happens with those people is they get out into the real world and they go, oh, they need a work ethic. They need discipline. They need study habits. and they need to be responsible on a regular basis. And because they spent their whole, let's just say, high school years doing the opposite, because they thought, oh, when I graduate, watch the light bulb gonna go off, and I'm gonna turn the power on, and I'm gonna be the greatest of all time. After 4 years of being dormant, doing really little to nothing, and it's like, oh, okay, so how's that going? Not going well. Not going well. And that's why you see a lot of this stuff when people say, they're entrepreneurs, and I really don't buy the entrepreneurial thing, because entrepreneurs are supposed to be hardworking people. And if you were never hardworking in school, if you were never hardworking in the house with your chores, if you were never hardworking at this little menial job that you didn't really like that much, what makes you think, if you were not really hardworking, if you played sports or was in science club or anything like that, if you were never hardworking in any of those facets, what makes you think all of a sudden you just gonna wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm working hard"? You're not. You don't have that get up and go. You can have. People act like they don't understand that you can have ambition and have no effort. You could have the ambition. I want to be great. I want to be the best ever. I deserve the world. But you're not willing to work to earn it. It's a lot of people who are highly ambitious that are super lazy. Super lazy. And we don't give enough credence to that fact that everybody who says that they want it doesn't want to work for it. And when you need somebody to inspire you to work, then that means, your dreams don't inspire you. And people have an issue with dealing with that concept that, some of y'all say y'all have dreams, but they don't inspire you enough to get up off your behind and do something about it. You need somebody else to, be the motivation, be the muse for you to actually get up off your butt and put in some work. And sometimes what it is people are looking for shortcuts to be rich. And there are a small amount of people who actually find a shortcut and it works. But the vast majority of them don't. You got to do all the little things, and then they add up to the big thing. So I get what's going on, but at the same time, I'm like, whatever. So to me, it's just BS. They could have had that effort at any time. They just chose not to. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take it.